7 a.m. and a sunny 75 degrees in our nation's capital, Monday, June 12, 2006. Local traffic coming up, but first, President Bush is scheduled.
Happy birthday, dear.
Happy birthday, Daddy Bear.
Thank you, little bear. Now eat, or you'll be late for the bus.
Is our party tonight?
Yes.
I can't wait.
Birthdays are a big deal when you're 5, even if they're not your own. Oh, I have a conference after school with Mrs. Street. Can you meet the bus?
Yes. This about you know what?
Yes. I'm afraid she gets it from me. When I was in first grade, Mrs. Klinger put my desk in the hall so that my talking wouldn't disturb the class.
Were you in timeout, Mommy?
Yes. Pretty fussy.
Oh God, what an ass you've got. You can do it to me anytime. Careful, old man. Grapes, that's what I need. A dirty old man.
Cool, Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. You're welcome.
Hi.
Hello.
I was wondering if you know a student. She was just here. Tall, sort of reddish hair, had on an AU, a soccer t-shirt. Well, she asked me a question, and I just thought of the answer and wanted to tell her, but I don't see her around.
Sorry, Professor Westfield, I don't know her. I had your documentary history class 2 semesters ago.
Oh, sure. Yes. Well, thanks.
Staff Council holds its annual volleyball rally today at 3 p.m. on the main floor. Please come support your...
Hello, Professor Westfield. Your message said that you should be there for office hours, but I guess you're not. I'm Agent Spencer of the Department of Homeland Security. I need you to call me as soon as possible. 1-800-FREEDOM. This is an official matter.
Clark, hi. Did you get my message about Noor Kimball, the grad student from Turkey, and her visa problem?
Yeah, I just read it.
Did you also get a call from DHS? I think that's about her.
Yeah, they left a message.
Are you going to call back?
When we get a real president.
Ooh, careful. You know only Bill can get away with stuff like that. Oh yes, happy birthday.
Thanks.
I got a call from the New York Times yesterday. They want me to do a review of your book.
Really? You gonna do it?
I told them I didn't think I was objective enough on all things Boomer.
Bill, when you turned 60, did anything unusual happen?
How unusual.
Very unusual.
So hot sex with a young woman doesn't count?
It would for me, but not for you.
Well, other than that, no. Why?
You didn't hear voices?
Voices? That's far out, Clark. I have been hearing voices since the summer of '59 at Big Sur. With Allen Ginsberg and Jack Kerouac. Major peyote.
Oh God. Pretend you don't see him.
search or an interview?
An interview for now, Professor Westfield. I'm Special Agent Ignatius Spencer, Department of Homeland Security.
So, what do you want?
I'm here investigating a Noor Kumbul who's applying for a visa to the United States to study at the university. You do know that she put you down as a primary reference.
No, why would I?
Well, you know Lael Kumbul, her mother,
Yes.
and Lael Kumbul's father, Abdul Azur.
Name doesn't ring a bell.
It doesn't pay to be coy with the DHS, Professor. We know about your time in a Turkish prison in 1967.
That's not a secret. It's in my book.
Abdul Azur was in that same prison at the same time.
It was a big place.
Prison records indicate that you saved his life.
That doesn't make him this Abdul Azur you mentioned. We didn't exchange names. They didn't speak English. I didn't speak Turkish.
Abdul Azur is the spiritual leader of a group of radical Muslims in eastern Turkey.
And what does that have to do with me?
He claims his spiritual rebirth was a direct result of his near-death experience in prison.
So?
And now his granddaughter is applying for a visa to the United States.
Her mother studied here. That seems natural.
And you knew her pretty well from what we found. Are you telling me you don't know that Abdul Azur is an enemy of the United States?
We're making a lot of those these days, aren't we?
Another issue is that her homework record is, well, spotty.
We just don't see the need for homework in kindergarten.
It's part of the curriculum ever since No Child Left Behind.
Well, that and less art, music, and recess, all essential things for children this age.
I agree, but other parents are concerned with, you know, keeping up, grades.
Great. We just want Alice to like school and have lots of friends. I'd love to know that she's just average.
Really? That's not what I hear from other parents, but they are.
A lot younger?
Argentina.
Right.
Tango for 800.
The tango is danced in either 2/4 time or this time. Tom?
3/4 time. What is
Nope.
3/4 time?
Nope.
Damn it,
What
Alex!
is 2/2 time?
Nope. What is 4/4?
That's not how I wrote it.
Last clue for
Again?
1,000. Last name
Why do
of
they pay
American
me to get
dance
it right and then go and
instructor
screw it
Vernon
up?
Irene,
Ugh,
who brought the
I can't
tango
watch
to the
here.
United States around 1912. And ran right by him.
Impressive.
Don't ever turn your back on a base runner.
Damn, second inning and already 5-0. Go Nats.
Did you have a good birthday?
It was okay.
You were very preoccupied at dinner. Clark,
Yeah? Oh, did you say something?
listen. I know you have big issues with this birthday, but Alice doesn't. She worked very hard on that picture.
I know, I love it. I told her again before she fell asleep.
Oh, did an agent from DHS get to you?
Yeah, he dropped by.
What was that about? He seemed very serious.
Just a visa problem with a foreign student.
Oh, plenty of those these days.
Boyfriend, we must be careful. Love is a tough mistress. Girlfriend, I know that I will never find such happiness with another. Boyfriend, your love has made me a true believer. You have healed the wounds inflicted by Eros so many years ago. He takes her naked body in his arms and carries her to the bedroom.
Well, Morgan, interesting scene. But they still have no names?
I wanted it to be universal.
Love is a tough mistress. Wounds inflicted by arrows?
And give me a break. What kind of BS is that?
This is why I hate these combined grad and undergrad sections.
Have you ever been in love?
Yeah.
Okay, we can all give and take constructive criticism, but we don't get personal in this class.
But how can you write if it's not personal? You told us that.
What did they have to write about besides frat parties and heavy petting? Oh yeah, zombies.
Our age and experience do influence our view on life and love. I mean, your feelings were just as real at 20 as they are now at 30?
32, but age has nothing to do with it. I had already had a kid and been divorced at 20.
Well, we're at the end of our time, or close enough. Let's call it a day and come back next week with more reflection and compassion. And hand your scenes to Waverly on the way out, and she'll give you the ones from last class.
Professor Westfield? Clark.
Hi, Waverly. Have you seen any of these roughs from the production seminar?
A couple of them.
This one, I can hardly understand half of what they're saying.
Yeah, the sound is bad on most of them.
Yes, it is. But in this one, I mean the dialogue. I mean, they're using this text messaging jargon.
It's hard if you don't do it all the time. I was wondering if you would have time to talk.
About?
Well, it's kind of personal.
Have a seat.
I read your book, and I'd like some advice.
About what?
I'm thinking about dropping out of school.
Why?
Oh, I'm such a loser.
Waverly, you're the best grad assistant I've ever had.
It's not that. It's just, I don't have any meaningful life experience. I want to write and direct, but I don't have anything to say. I'm no better than Morgan.
I loved your last script about the young woman looking for her father.
It's nice, but I lifted that straight out of a novel I read. By the time you were my age, you had lived on your own in London, been in prison, gotten 2 women pregnant,
Not something I'm proud of.
taught school in a riot-torn inner city, Woodstock, and you...
Hi. Yeah, I called to remind you that I'm having drinks with Bill at the round table.
All I've done is have a couple of stupid relationships.
No, I won't be late. It was fine. How was your day?
Awkward.
Well, tell Alice I'll come in and give her a big hug and kiss when I get home. Okay. Love you too. Bye.
Clark, my boy, so sorry to be tardy. Delicate situation at home. I never thought I'd be saying this, but I think I may be getting too old for the under 30 set. Really? Well, Susie, with 2 E's, leaves me this text message, which I can't understand, and then gets upset. Oh, I should have known this one would be trouble. But with parents who don't know how to spell a proper name.
I refuse to get into that text message.
Omar, you've got to get with it, or they will tune you out for being totally uncool.
I'm too old to try to stay cool. And it all happens so fast these days.
Oh, nonsense. It's easy. You get a subscription to People magazine, and you spend a few hours a week watching MTV and the CW.
I left my cool at Woodstock.
Oh, isn't that Waverly, your grad assistant? I'm sure she can teach you something cool. Waverly, please come join us.
Hi.
We need your help for Boomer to find his cool, his hipness.
Would you like a drink?
A martini, please?
That's a serious drink. Bartender, the lady would like a martini.
Hey, can I see some ID? Thanks. Happy birthday.
It's your birthday?
Yesterday, actually. 24.
That's quite a coincidence. Clark's birthday was yesterday also, though not 24. Sorry, I must be off. Nothing beats makeup sex. Get my best to Mrs. Boomer.
There you go. It's on me. For your birthday.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers. So, why does he call you Boomer?
Oh. Well, I was born in the first year of the baby boom, and my wife was born in the last year, so he calls us the Boomers.
I have to admit, I came here to find you.
Really?
Oh God, can I do this? He is kind of cute for someone his age. And it would be safe. He's married.
Waverly, you're a wonderful young woman. And you've got plenty of time to get experiences.
Not if I stay in school or keep dating boys. Doesn't he think I'm attractive? Oh God, what if he doesn't want me?
I know you think you want something right now, but I think you really need to just relax and wait a bit.
I'm 24. And don't give me that true love crap you guys always throw out.
You guys?
Yeah, my parents and anyone over 40, generally with at least one failed marriage.
I've got 3.
See?
You must have had at least one memorable experience, sexual or otherwise.
No really great fucks, if that's what you mean. Just some overeager boys who come and go.
Yeah, well, older men do that as well.
But experience means a lot. And it's more than the sex. I have a friend who was with Professor Billington all last semester, and she became a real woman. And he's 80.
73, actually. And he's a professional lover.
You could teach me so much about life.
You can't live your life vicariously through someone else. You know that.
But it's like we have this strong connection.
Waverly, I'm flattered. You're very smart and pretty.
And sexy.
Yeah. But I'm happily married. And the one thing I've learned through 3 failures is that nothing is more important than trust.
Well, okay. I can wait.
Oh, that's a good one.
Woohoo!
Got it. Keep going.
Oh!
I did it.
Woo! That's wonderful, Pumpkin. You did it. okay? You're very quiet.
Sure. Fine. You know how we promised each other not to have secrets?
Yes, and we don't. Do we?
Is it a secret if it just hasn't come up?
Oh, sort of like a technicality?
Yeah. I told you a lot from before we met, but not everything.
Well, nor are you.
Good.
So what do you need to tell me now so that it doesn't become a secret?
Help, Daddy!
So, I told you about Turkey and all about the prison. It seems the man I saved from an overdose, suicide, had a young baby daughter, and it added to his depression.
Did you know about that then?
No. So, we jump forward almost 20 years, and one day the student comes into my office and says she is the daughter of Abdul Azur and wants to thank me for saving her father's life.
Wow. That must have been a moment.
Yeah. And it led to more moments, and
You had an affair with her.
I was married to the witch, and probably as depressed as her father had been in prison.
So what happened?
One day she was just gone. No warning, nothing.
Really?
I found out later her father had taken her back to Turkey.
Taken her? Against her will?
Evidently. She was sleeping with an infidel. I thought about going after her, but
Why didn't you?
I have to admit I was afraid. The Turks.
Sure. You might have been arrested for jumping bail. Does this have anything to do with that DHS thing?
Seems she has a daughter who wants to come here to go to college.
Why is that an issue for the war criminals boys?
Her grandfather, Abdul, the man I saved, is now the leader of a radical Muslim group and a sworn enemy of the U.S.
And you may be her father.
Yes, she might be.
Be what?
My daughter.
I didn't say that.
No, but I could tell you were thinking it.
So what are you going to do?
I don't know.
Are there any other little Westfields running around that we should talk about?
Namaste, Clark.
Namaste, Ramashi.
It's been long.
Too long. I'm sorry.
Sorry is of no importance. What troubles you? More than stiff joints, I think?
Yes. Lately, I've been able to hear what some people are thinking, and
It scares you.
Yes, it does. This started a few days ago on my 60th birthday.
Have you seen a doctor?
No. I don't think it's a physical or medical issue. But I remember something you said once about spiritual energy doing things that science can't explain.
It can happen for a pure soul.
That's just it. I'm not at all that. But I can't find any other explanation.
You underestimate yourself. That is your weakness and your strength. It is possible for one's energy to connect to another in such ways, but it's unusual in the one who does not practice or meditate regularly.
Or at all.
Do not confuse the act of something with doing of that thing.
Can I make it stop?
It's within you. And it would help your aching back and joints.
As I've said, we know this book will be a killer film, and I've already had positive reactions from the actors, the studios.
Based on what?
Well, you know general ideas, and the buzz about the book, something like that always gets the development guys hot and bothered. What a great role for an actor. A real Forrest Gump.
Don't compare it to that moronic piece of crap.
My client has not breached any ethical boundaries, I can assure you. She has her reputation to consider.
Okay. We wouldn't be here otherwise. Where does that leave us in relation to the payment terms?
As outlined in our deal memo, our offer is $150 against $1 million. Now what that means is...
I know what it means.
That's low by industry standards.
But this is his first.
So? What happened to the buzz?
What are you looking for?
250 against $1.2 million.
Can we talk?
How far do you want to push this?
What do you think?
Well, obviously 150 against $1 million is nothing to sneeze at. But I sure wish I knew what they were thinking. I have a feeling they've got something going already. They're very anxious to get this done.
Too bad you can't read their minds.
Oh, yeah. That'd be a skill any attorney would go for. Are you okay?
Damn, why won't it work?
Why won't what work?
Nothing.
Daddy, 60 old.
Well, little bear, it's a lot older than 5.
Are you going to die soon?
No, sweetie, you don't have to worry about that.
If you're still alive and I go into college, can I be in your class?
Of course you can.
What an adorable little girl. Your granddaughter.
You know, in 5 years, you're the first person stupid enough to ask that question.
Whoa. Where did that come from?
Are you complaining?
Oh, no, sir. Not this chick. Oh.
I'm here to give you our final offer.
What makes you think I'd be interested in an offer?
You're a smart man. Good career, nice family.
Are you threatening me?
I'm just stating the obvious. You have a good life, courtesy of this country. And it is your duty to do everything you can to help protect our freedoms.
You really believe that, don't you?
Yes, of course.
And you can ignore that this illegal war is bankrupting the country and has already created far more threats to our security than there were before?
We're well aware of your political views, Professor. I've seen your FBI file. SDS, ACLU.
YMCA.
It's a question of loyalty.
And my loyalty would lead me to do what, in your opinion?
We are prepared to offer Miss Kumbula a visa if you will monitor her and report any information about Abdullah Zur.
You want me to be your spy?
No. You're nowhere near qualified for that role. But you can observe and report.
What makes you think I'd be all that close to her? She's just another student.
Professor, we know she's your daughter.
Yeah? How?
We ran a DNA test.
Well, you can tell that war criminal boss of yours that he can go to hell.
I'm not prepared to do that, Professor. But I am prepared to charge you with collaborating with the enemy. A serious offense. Of course, we could never make it stick, you arrogant asshole.